What have been some of your team's struggles in life and pursuing your dreams?
I will go first.
Okay.
Gosh, this is a...
Well, I guess mine's easier. I had a lot of hardships, I feel like, in my early college years, particularly. I was actually diagnosed with bipolar disorder when I was 19, and that was a big struggle for me because a lot of my family was kind of ashamed of that fact, but I was just excited to get help, that there was a label for my feelings, and over the years, I've worked with my doctors, I've worked with my family, I've worked with myself to take ownership of who I am and how I feel. And in the last year, actually, I haven't had any episodes at all. And I feel great. Honestly, I feel like putting the label on it was really scary, but I feel like I've overcome this. Like, it's a constant reminder in the back of my head because this is something that I'm told will never go away, but through regulating my sleep patterns and my eating schedule and just being able to verbalize how I feel instead of internalizing everything has made me a healthier person overall. So that was a huge struggle, especially in college. The other large struggle in my life has been money. When I first went to college, I was dead set. I was getting out of the small town and I was going to college, but my family didn't have any money to help me, and I didn't quite qualify for grants, so I had to take on a lot of student loan debt, and since then that's been very overbearing for me. So the struggle to get out of debt at this point just because of student loans has really hit hard for me.
I will say that probably my biggest struggle in life, I guess at this point, was really not realizing what exactly it was that I wanted to do. When I graduated from high school, I wanted to do something artistic, but because I had a little one, my daughter was 1 at the time, I think about to turn 2, I knew that I needed to do something that would pay our bills, and art necessarily wasn't that. So I pursued a few different things for my major before I settled on pharmacy, because I figured I was pretty good with science and math and stuff, and pharmacy came really easy for me. And I figured if I could just get through that and become a pharmacist, I would earn enough money to do what I wanted on the side. But working in pharmacy actually kind of made me realize that I have to do something artistically inclined, and it was actually watching Cake Boss and Ace of Cakes. I was really into both shows, still am, but I don't have cable, so I can't see Ace of Cakes anymore. So seeing how they could express themselves through their baking and make these beautiful works of art was just so inspiring, and I was like, I can do that, and you can actually kind of make money from that, and that would support my family. So that is
people buy cake.
People do buy cake. They don't buy art. So and then from all of my kind of adventures trying to find the perfect spot for myself through school, I did rack up also quite a bit of debt. So that at this point is a hindrance in like financing options and stuff like that for at least getting a brick and mortar shop. That's why the show is really important to us.
How would you describe your personalities? What makes your team tick?
I try and be really sweet and nice, but I swear if you get in my way, it is on. I don't know how else to describe that. Like, I wouldn't quite say I'm a bitch, but Man, I know some of my employees think so.
That's funny.
Good job, Allie.
Initially I come across as really shy, and quiet and a little bit reserved until I get to know people and I open up, and then I can be described as a loudmouth actually, and
A few drinks helps.
they do help. I have also been described as a bitch sometimes when I am on, I think, on a set course and you get in my way, you will have some trouble. I'm also kind of a little bit sneaky too. I'm the secret sabotager, the secret plotter, so I will come up with sneaky ways to take you out. April Fools, particularly. That's a harsh time in our house.
You're terrible. How would your friends and toughest critics describe you in one word? Would you agree with them?
My toughest critic would probably call me a control freak, which is fair, I suppose. I hate micromanaging. I think that's a waste of time. But if you are doing something ridiculously inefficient, I will tell you, because it is what it is. I mean, we can only do the best we can in life, but if you're gonna twiddle your thumbs, then you're gonna get out of my way.
Oh gosh, what would my toughest critics say about me? Probably that I'm a bit on the anal retentive side. I tend to be very like, I guess I'm a little bit micromanaging, but I don't think in a bad way. Maybe, I don't know.
Is it your way or the highway?
It is kind of my way or the highway. I'm also, I guess I could also be a little bossy. I think my family would agree that I tend to bark orders and expect that it gets done like right away. No exceptions, kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and I kind of agree. I try to back off a bit.
Tell us something that would surprise us about your team. Show us any talents.
Do you have any secret talents that I don't know about, Leslie? Can you make funny voices?
No. The only real surprising thing that I can think of is that I actually, I guess it's not really a secret talent. I don't know, but in like the last year, I helped to organize the startup of a nonprofit organization called the Bridal Association of Shiawassee County. I am the secretary and treasurer of that, and we started off with like 5 of us, and we've grown it to being over 15, I think 16 members now. This week we started a new member. We run 2 bridal shows in the area, a fall and we just switched the name to the Wedding Expo because we're trying to be PC and cover all range of couples. We do a fall wedding expo and a winter wedding expo, and part of that, the entrance fee for brides and their families are actually, we collect canned food goods and coats, and we donate those things to a local shelter place. It's another place here in town that cooks for homeless people, offers them food in the wintertime and places to sleep. So we gave all that to them, and yeah. I don't know if that counts.
No, I don't think that counts.
Oh.
That's a very beautiful thing you do, but
It's a talent.
do you juggle?
No, it's not.
Oh.
Do you juggle?
Things like juggling.
I don't know, like
or
a
drawing.
funny thing you do. Do you do a funny thing? Do you do voices or?
No.
All my talents
Yeah,
are
you do.
really, really mortifyingly
What?
embarrassing.
Dance voice.
Oh no.
You can't
I
do
don't
that
think
anymore, though.
counts. Yeah, no.
No? Okay.
I don't have any talents that aren't really embarrassing. I can make a
But
noise
toss
like a
anyways.
turkey. from when I lived on the farm, and that was awful embarrassing. But
Tell us anyways.
okay.
Very
Okay, we're moving on now. That's the dumb turkey.
I misunderstood that question. I'm sorry.
No.
What types of things and or people and or things push your buttons and why?
The most annoying thing in the world to me is hearing other people eat. And I know this comes in conflict with loving to feed people, but like if we're in a quiet room and you're gonna sit next to me and eat an apple, that's just the most unpleasant thing I can imagine.
Yeah, I have to agree. Earlier I was describing how the sound of a chip bag in an empty room sounds. I actually pulled out the bag of chips and made the sound for everybody. That is my biggest pet peeve in classes, when kids would eat chips while the teacher was trying to talk, and you could hear the crinkle bag, and I hated it. I hated it so much.
That's around hygiene. Okay.
Be fine.
How would you rate your team's skill level on all aspects of baking and decorating? What are you best at? Worst?
I hate trying to rate myself, because I feel like being so young, I still have so much to learn. But I'd say at baking skills and comprehension of baking, I think we're both pretty much in the middle of like intermediate to expert. We both have a good grasp on the skills you need to bake, and executing a recipe if given to us, not our recipe. I think we both could pretty much handle it. Decorating is my strong point, particularly decorating with intricate details. Gum paste I love, especially reproducing things with modeling chocolate, like figures and whatnot. I've done a lot of that, and I love that kind of stuff. That's really my favorite. What other areas?
I would definitely say you are an expert when it comes to gum paste. your gum paste flowers are pretty out of this world. I would say I am an excellent baker. I do feel I have a lot to learn. My weak point is handling the gum paste, actually. So I think Leslie and I really make a good team. She can do the gum paste.
But I think in the areas that we lack, I think we do have room for improvement. We're both willing to learn, and I take this term from Buddy, actually, one of his books that I've read. I'm really excited about becoming a complete baker. I want to be able to run every aspect of my bakery and be able to teach new employees every aspect myself, and pretty sure that's what you want to. So yeah, I'm excited to learn from the best.
Yeah.